With just 28 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Melero is getting to grips with the ASRL Legends car in this practice session. Adam is on his first practice flying lap. Ryan Wilson posted 104.386 on his last lap, and will be pushing hard for an even lower time. There are just over 25 minutes left in this practice session. Melero has a best lap time of 106.713.
There is always more time to be found, but Melero is not guaranteed to find it.
Adam just posted a 104.705 crossing start finish. Melero has a best lap time of 106.713. Adam posted 104.095 on his last lap, and will be pushing hard for an even lower time.
Adam is not giving up and will be looking for every 10.
With just 22 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. David just posted a 105.509 crossing start finish.
If there is still time on the clock, there is still time to improve.
There are just over 20 minutes left in this practice session. Adam has a best lap time of 104.095. David Zahn has a best lap time of 104.965. With just 18 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations.
There is always more time to be found, but Adam is not guaranteed to find it.
David Zahn posted 105.494 on his last lap, and will be pushing hard for an even lower time. Melero has a best lap time of 105.153. David just posted a 104.936 crossing start finish.
David is not giving up and will be looking for every 10th.
There are just over 15 minutes left in this practice session. Adam has a best lap time of 103.806. Hello, I'm Marco, the friendly announcer bot, and if you're looking for racing, this is the right place.
Hi, I'm Janet, and I'll be provided the sass and heart to today's commentary.
Asadic streaming is on his practice out lap. Melero is on his practice out lap. Stefano Amadei is on his practice out lap. Adam is on his practice out lap. Stefano Amadei is on his practice out lap. There are just over 100 minutes left in this practice session. Stefano Amadei is on his practice out lap. Adam is getting to grips with the ASRO Legends car in this practice session. Stefano Amadei has a best lap time of 107.941.
There is always more time to be found, but Stefano is not guaranteed to find it.
Adam just posted a 103.874 crossing start finish. With just 96 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations.
If there is still time on the clock, there is still time to improve.
Melero has a best lap time of 105.431. There are just over 95 minutes left in this practice session. David Zahn is on his practice out lap. Ryan Wilson is on his practice out lap. Melero has a best lap time of 105.431. Stefano Amadei posted 106.662 on his last lap, and will be pushing hard for an even lower time. Ryan just posted a 105.479 crossing start finish.
The time clock can be a cruel mistress that is all too willing to show you your faults.
There are just over 90 minutes left in this practice session. With just 90 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations.
Melero is not giving up and will be looking for every 10th.
Stefano Amadei has a best lap time of 105.678.
There is always more time to be found, but Stefano is not guaranteed to find it.
Ryan Wilson posted 104.630 on his last lap, and will be pushing hard for an even lower time.
If there is still time on the clock, there is still time to improve.
Melero just posted a 105.601 crossing start finish. With just 87 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Stefano Amadei has a best lap time of 105.623. There are just over 85 minutes left in this practice session. Stefano Amadei boasted 106.678 on his last lap, and will be pushing hard for an even lower time. Asadik Streaming has qualified 28th.
Streaming should really be putting that ASRL Legends car higher up the grid.
Adam will have the best seat in the house starting from pole position.
Adam is sure to be excited at his prospects for this race.
Ryan Wilson has a great opportunity starting on the front row.
He can't let that advantage go to waste. He will need to stay focused and keep his eyes on the prize.
Watch out for Stefano Amadei, starting from the third grid position in today's race.
Amadei is hoping for a strong result.
Coming in at fourth, we have Melero.
I think we are all looking forward to seeing what Melero can do from here.
David Zahn will look to make a splash from the fifth position on the starting grid.
Let's see what David can do.
Hugh Messenger lines up in sixth place as the engines rev and the race begins.
It's not always easy to get the ASRL Legends car this high up the starting grid.
starting flag has been waved, and the battle on the track begins. The opening lap is always intense, with drivers vying for an early advantage.
This is where the true test of a driver's skill comes into play. It's all about finding the right line and carrying as much speed as possible through the turn.
The drivers will need to be precise and calculated if they want to make it through this section unscathed.
And with so many cars jostling for position, it's a real test of nerve as well. One wrong move and you could be out of the race before it even really gets started.
That's right, the pressure is really on these drivers to perform. Is there a better sight than a field of elite racing drivers battling for position? Ryan Wilson will be studying the nearby drivers and looking for anything that could give them an advantage. David Zahn is trying his best, but can't seem to find the pace to keep up with Stefano Amadei at the moment. What do you think, Janet? Are there any specific factors that could lead to a driver losing concentration during a race?
There are several factors, Marco. Fatigue, stress, changing track conditions, or even issues within the team can all contribute to a lapse in concentration. It's essential for drivers to stay mentally resilient and adapt to these challenges.
The pressure is on as David Zahn works on catching up to Stefano Amadei.
It's a game of strategy now as Zahn hunts down Stefano.
Good news for David Zahn. The gap to Stefano Amadei has decreased. It's now down to 0.5 seconds.
This is where the race gets really exciting. Both drivers will be pushing to the limit to gain the advantage.
Pushing too hard can lead to mistakes, and we're seeing that now. That car is really unsettled from being pushed for every last bit of speed.
The racing is getting tight between Ryan and Adam as they battle for P1. No doubt, both drivers know that one mistake could cost them the position. It's a test of nerves as much as skill.
This is where the skill and precision of the drivers really comes into play. David Zahn is chasing Stefano Amadei in P4. David Zahn is not able to keep his pace consistent, and is currently 0.44 seconds down.
I heard a rumor that David is feeling under the weather, likely from too much partying and staying up late.
Oh dear, Adam has had an incident.
Did the wind contribute to that? It's blowing at 5 kph out there right now.
Things don't seem to be going Ryan Wilson's way in this race, as that's a big gap he'll have to close to even be in with a shout for gaining a place here. Looking at the lap times, Ryan Wilson is not currently on pace with Adam. Maybe he'll get a chance to see where to make up some time.
It will be interesting to see if Adam can keep outpacing Wilson.
During your racing career, Janet, did you have any specific techniques to regain concentration if you felt it slipping?
Yes, Marco, I had a few techniques. One was to take a couple of deep breaths and briefly reset my focus. Another was to use a specific keyword or phrase as a mental trigger to refocus my mind on the task at hand.
It doesn't seem like things are going to plan for David Zahn as there is a big gap ahead.
Every race adds to a driver's experience, both good and bad. It just highlights that David is going to have to get more serious with practice to not get outclassed on the circuit.
It's certainly not going to plan for David Zahn right now, who is struggling to keep up with Stefano Amadei. I'm curious, Janet, can you tell us about any pre-race rituals you had when you were racing?
Of course, Marco. Before every race, I would listen to a specific playlist of songs to help me get in the zone. I also had a lucky pair of socks that I would wear during races. It may sound silly, but those little rituals helped me feel prepared and focused.
Well, it doesn't look like Ryan Wilson is going to be much of a threat to anyone soon, let alone Adam.
Anything can happen yet, and it usually does. I've certainly seen drivers come back from worse.
It's not going to plan for Ryan Wilson, who is trailing behind Adam and the gap is widening. He may not have an answer for this right now.
This is a tough situation for Ryan. He'll need to find a way to pick up some speed and close that gap.
Look at the way the drivers are hugging those corners. It's like they're on rails.
Speaking of rails, did you know that the first racetrack was built on a railway in 1896? I bet those drivers were chugging along.
All joking aside, I bet they were. Things have come a long way since then, haven't they?
Definitely. It's amazing to think about the technology that goes into these cars now. I mean, they have more computing power than some countries.
Ryan Wilson has a mountain to climb at the moment to close that gap with Adam. I expect his only hope at this point is that Adam makes an error.
It's not over until the checkered flag drops, and it's important to maintain concentration until you've made it to the finish line.
Adam is placed first at the moment.
Definitely, but he can't get too comfortable. There are plenty of other drivers gunning for that position, and Adam has to keep pushing to stay on the pace.
Oh no, Janet, look at this. Ryan Wilson is closing in on Adam. The gap is now just 2.0 seconds.
This is where the mental strength of Adam comes into play. He'll need to stay calm and composed under pressure.
I think we just got time for a quick shout out to our human creators, Dave, Andy, John and Nigel, who have put so much effort into making this possible.
Yes, it's been a real thrill ride, and I for one look forward to future advancements in AI technology.
Apparently we are going to be announcing crashes and incidents soon. Let's hope they get the logic right. Things don't seem to be going David Zahn's way in this race, as that's a big gap he'll have to close to even be in with a shout for gaining a place here.
Every race adds to a driver's experience, both good and bad. It just highlights that Dave is going to have to get more serious with practice to not get outclassed on the circuit.
It's game on now. David Zahn has closed the gap to Stefano Amadei. It's now down to 1.1 seconds. Things are going according to plan for Melero, who is currently third.
Definitely Marco, but Melero can't afford to get complacent. This race is going to require focus and intensity.
David Zahn is giving it his all, chasing down Stefano Amadei in P4. David Zahn could be on a charge here, Janet. He's just put in a quicker lap than Stefano Amadei.
The question now is, can Stefano respond to that and pick up the pace? I'm not so sure.
The battle for P4 is heating up as David Zahn tries to catch Stefano Amadei in P4. Adam is pushing to maintain the lead, while Ryan Wilson is working to close in and challenge for the position. This is what high-octane racing looks like. David Zahn is breathing down the neck of Stefano Amadei, not giving him any room to relax.
It looks like Dave wants to take a cheeky peek up the inside.
It seems like David Zahn is struggling and not able to maintain his pace.
Zahn needs to regroup and refocus and knock it up a notch.
A great pass for David Zahn, swapping places with Stefano Amadei to move up the field. David Zahn is placed fourth at the moment, and hoping to keep his distance ahead of Stefano Amadei, who is 0.3 seconds behind. He's pulling away. David Zahn is increasing the gap to Stefano Amadei. You know, Janet, it's been a relatively quiet race so far.
That's right, Marco. The drivers seem to be pacing themselves and waiting for the right moment to make their move. It's like watching a slow dance.
Stefano Amadei is looking for a way to close that gap to David Zahn.
He's got his work cut out for him, that's for sure.
The gap between Stefano Amadei and David Zahn is growing. It's now up to 1.2 seconds.
He needs to pick up the pace for sure, but that's not always a real possibility.
The gap between Ryan Wilson and Melero is pretty substantial right now. It's probably going to take a mistake from Ryan to even allow Melero to get a look in. We are under the safety car. It's all about finding that sweet spot and keeping your wits about you.
And while it's not ideal for the fans, there's something undeniably thrilling about seeing the safety car out on track. It adds an element of unpredictability and keeps everyone on the edge of their seats.
Let's hope we can get this debris cleared quickly and get back to the racing action. We often hear drivers complaining about tire graining. Janet, can you explain what that means and how it affects car handling?
Graining occurs when small rubber particles roll up on the tire's surface, reducing grip and negatively affecting handling. It usually happens when the tires are not in their optimal temperature window or when a driver is pushing too hard on a cold or overworked tire.
The safety car is in play.
Let's not forget about the physical challenge of driving behind the safety car. The drivers need to keep their tires and brakes up to temperature to be ready to attack when the safety car comes in.
It's a real test of skill and endurance for these drivers, but that's why they're the best in the business. Let's see how this plays out. Fantastic racing on show here today, and it's not just the top drivers who are impressing us. Even the drivers at the back of the pack are putting up a good fight, battling it out for every position.
It's a testament to the level of competition at ASRL. Even the
Braking alert. The safety car is pulling into the pits, and we are moments away from going back to green flag racing. Hold on to your seats. David Zahn seems to be putting the pressure on Melero.
If you don't push the boundaries, you will never know where they are.
The pursuit is on. Melero is closing the gap on Ryan Wilson, determined to claim P2.
I would not be surprised to see him get this pass completed soon.
Things are heating up as David Zahn tries to close the gap to Melero. These drivers are walking a razor's edge between pushing the limits and making costly errors.
Absolutely, it's all about finding that sweet spot where you're pushing the car to its limits without crossing the line into reckless driving. One important aspect here is choosing the right braking points. Stefano needs to be precise to avoid overshooting and losing valuable time.
This is going to be a nail-biter. Ryan Wilson is defending for his life. Hold on a moment. A great moment for Ryan Wilson, who has just gained a place and moved up the standings.
Amazing stuff. Focus and precision, what it's all about.
David Zahn is holding forth, but Stefano Amadei is right on his tail. Stefano Amadei is on a mission, chasing David Zahn, who's desperately trying to stay ahead.
This is not going to be an easy pass to make.
Look at that. Ryan Wilson is hot on the tail of Adam. This is a thrilling battle as David Zahn edges closer to Melero in their fight for P3.
The mental game is just as important here. Zahn must keep his cool while putting pressure on Melero.
The action is heating up here as Melero is in third, defending from David Zahn, who is only 0.4 seconds away.
It's not over yet. David is right on Melero's tail, and if he can find just a little bit of extra speed, he might be able to make a move.
The fans are on the edge of their seats. It doesn't get any closer than this.
This is what separates the good from the great. The ability to stay focused and perform under pressure.
Stefano Amadei is running fifth, and trying to catch David Zahn.
The gap between them is just over 0.5 seconds. Can Stefano close that gap and get back in range? I can't see it happening at this point.
David Zahn wants to close that gap with Melero.
If Dave gets too close, he might end up taking the paint off.
Stefano Amadei is pushing really hard, but as we know, pushing too hard can lead to other mistakes, like locking up the brakes or missing a shift. They're going side by side. Doorhand braking development. Talk about pressure. David Zahn is caught in the middle, feeling the heat from both Stefano and Melero. It's a challenging situation. Hold the phone. Oh, the pressure is on for David Zahn. Trapped between Stefano 0.2 seconds away and Melero just ahead with a gap of 0.1 seconds. He must defend his position while seeking an opportunity to advance. Oh, this is getting intense. Ryan Wilson needs to keep Adam in his sights.
Can Ryan close that 1.0 second gap and get back in range? I can't see it happening at this point.
It's like watching braking development. An impressive showing from Melero, who has gained positions and left Stefano Amadei in the dust.
Yes, but Melero can't rest on his laurels, but needs to keep pushing to consolidate his position.
Oh, this is getting intense. Hugh Messenger is just a few car lengths behind Stefano Amadei. The gap between Hugh Messenger and Stefano Amadei is widening. It's now up to 0.4 seconds. And we're back, where the drivers are showing us some incredible skills.
Indeed, Marco, it's always exciting to see these skilled drivers operating such fantastic machines on amazing tracks.
It doesn't seem like things are going to plan for Ryan Wilson as there is a big gap ahead.
Anything can happen yet, and it usually does. I've certainly seen drivers come back from worse.
It's not looking good for Ryan Wilson, who is still behind Adam, and the gap is increasing.
It's not over yet, but Wilson needs to get a move on if they want to catch up to Adam.
This is where the race gets really interesting. Hugh Messenger is closing in on Stefano Amadei. Hugh Messenger is trying his best, but can't seem to find the pace to keep up with Stefano Amadei at the moment. Hugh Messenger is staying focused while chasing Stefano Amadei in P5.
With just 0.8 seconds between them, Hugh Messenger will need to close the gap to have hopes of a pass.
It's all about consistency for Adam, who is currently first. Hold up. Breaking info. Looks like that's a mistake from David Zahn. This could be costly. It's a game of cat and mouse out there, with you Messenger trying to find the perfect opportunity to make a move on Stefano Amadei. The gap is over a second, but every fraction counts.
This is where experience comes into play. Stefano has been in this situation before and knows how to defend for position, but Hugh Messenger is hungry for success and won't give up easily.
It's certainly not going to plan for Hugh Messenger right now, who is struggling to keep up with Stefano Amadei.
Hugh Messenger needs to get it together to make a dent in that gap.
Ryan Wilson has a mountain to climb at the moment to close that gap with Adam. I expect his only hope at this point is that Adam makes an error. The gap between Ryan Wilson and Adam is getting smaller.
Exactly what Wilson needed. He can't afford to lose any more ground to Adam.
Things don't seem to be going Ryan Wilson's way in this race, as that's a big gap he'll have to close to even be in with a shout for gaining a place here. It looks like Hugh Messenger is pushing hard to catch up to Stefano Amadei.
It's moments like these that make motorsports so exciting. It should be an interesting battle to watch as long as Hugh Messenger can close that gap.
It's not going to plan for Hugh Messenger, who is trailing behind Stefano Amadei, and the gap is widening. He may not have an answer for this right now.
Hugh Messenger needs to focus and keep pushing, even when things aren't going his way. If he can close the gap down, he may be able to bring the fight to Stefano.
As a former racing driver, Janet, how important is the relationship between a driver and their team during a race?
It's absolutely crucial, Marco. The team provides valuable information and support, helping the driver make the right decisions on track. A strong bond between the driver and the team can be the difference between winning and losing.
Hold on a moment. What a move. Hugh Messenger has moved up to 4th.
That's what we like to see. Hugh Messenger is really showing his class today.
Adam is on fire in the last sector.
Adam is not leaving anything on the table.
And there it is. Adam has completed the race in 1st place, setting a blistering pace that none of the other drivers could match. Impressive 2nd place finish for Ryan Wilson.
Brilliant. Wilson showed great skill and determination to take 2nd place.
That was an outstanding performance from Melero. He fought hard and took the final spot on the podium, followed by Hugh Messenger and Stefano Amadei in 4th and 5th. Starting in pole position gives Stefano Amadei a clear advantage over the rest of the field.
He can't get cocky. This is ASRL, and anything can happen.
Starting on the front row gives Hugh Messenger the best possible chance at challenging for the lead.
He will have to be smart about his moves. He must not burn out too early.
It's Melero, sitting comfortably in third.
He's going to have to be quick out of the blocks to keep up with the top performers.
As the drivers prepare to take off, Ryan Wilson sits in fourth place on the starting grid.
Ryan is in a good place to mount a good challenge come the first corner.
On the fifth grid slot we have Adam.
Adam will be expecting to bring home solid points.
Lining up in sixth is David Zahn.
Starting from here, Zahn may already have expectations of a podium finish.
The lights go out, and we are off to a flying start.
The first lap can be chaotic, and avoiding any major incidents is key. Drivers need to be alert and ready to react to any sudden changes on the track.
Every lap is an opportunity for Stefano Amadei to learn just a little bit more to shave a few tenths or hundredths off his times.
The first lap can always be a bit of a melee as everyone tries to establish themselves. It's easy for inexperienced racers to blow it in T1.
Having started in P6, David Zahn will be hoping for a good result in this race.
The drivers will be jostling for the best position Marco. Some of them may not make it to the second lap in one piece. As the drivers get this race underway, let me give a shout out to the admin team at ASRL for making this all possible. Heroes one and all. It all comes down to this Marco, where the rubber meets the road. There's no more time for talk, no more practice. The teams have done all they can, now it comes down to Wilson, to bring it home.
Pushing too hard can lead to mistakes, and we're seeing that now. That car is really unsettled from being pushed for every last bit of speed.
The gap between them is just over 0.3 seconds, which can feel like miles if you're trailing and not catching up.
Great driving from Ryan Wilson, who has just gained a place and moved up to fifth. The track conditions are looking good here today. The drivers will be able to push the cars to the limit, and it's going to make for some exciting racing. Things are heating up as Hugh Messenger closes in on Ryan Wilson. The gap between them is down to practically nothing.
It's a thrilling battle for position as these two drivers give it their all. This is racing at its finest.
It's a close race between Adam and Stefano Amadei in second.
These two are putting on a masterclass in precision driving. Every turn, every acceleration, calculated to perfection.
These drivers are battling hard for this position, each one trying to outsmart and outmaneuver the other. Hold on a second. It's a tale of two drivers right now, with David Zahn gaining places and Adam losing them.
Yes, but Zahn needs to keep pushing hard. This race is far from over, and anything can happen. Zahn needs to stay focused and drive with skill and determination.
Adam is in third, and is being closely chased by David Zahn, who is just 0.2 seconds behind. David Zahn could be looking for a way up the inside of Adam.
There is no room for error in this battle.
Superb driving from David Zahn, who with that overtake has gained a position in the race.
Absolutely. David is really putting on a clinic out there, and he's making it look easy.
The adrenaline is pumping as Adam gets within striking distance of David Zahn in their race for third. Fantastic move from Adam, who has just gained a position.
You can't argue with results like that. Adam is really making his mark on this race.
David Zahn is looking for a way round Adam.
It looks like Dave has the speed to make a move. I just hope he can do it cleanly.
The gap between David Zahn and Adam is growing. It's now up to 0.7 seconds. The race is really heating up. Ryan Wilson is hunting down David Zahn with everything he's got. It looks like Ryan Wilson is making a move. The gap to David Zahn is now down to 0.4 seconds.
That's a great effort from Ryan. He'll need to keep up the pressure and see if he can make a move.
The pressure is on as Adam tries to catch up to Stefano Amadei.
Sometimes you have to take risks to win, but pushing the car too hard can be a costly mistake. Adam needs to be careful not to overdo it.
Looks like Ryan Wilson is really hitting those curves aggressively, which can unsettle the car and cause handling issues.
Indeed, taking too much curb can upset the car's balance, leading to oversteer or understeer.
It's neck and neck. The closest stop the press. A great moment for Adam, who has just gained a place and moved up the standings. Heartbreak for Adam, as they slip down the field.
That's got to be frustrating. But Adam is a skilled driver, and he's got what it takes to battle back up the field.
Every move counts now as Ryan Wilson works to reel in David Zahn and overtake for P4. Wow, Stefano Amadei is really pushing hard to catch up to Adam.
One wrong move and we could see a spectacular new synchronized pirouette performance by Stefano and Adam, though I doubt the judges would give them a perfect score.
Looks like we might have a great battle starting here between David Zahn in fourth and Ryan Wilson. It's been tense with a gap of only 0.3 seconds. The battle for P4 is heating up as Ryan Wilson tries to catch David Zahn in P4.
Ryan is looking to close the 0.5-second gap and make a pass.
It looks like David Zahn is in control. He's ahead of Ryan Wilson by over a second, and it doesn't look like he's going to be challenged anytime soon. This is where the skill and precision of the drivers really comes into play. Ryan Wilson is chasing David Zahn in P4.
Wilson needs to focus to have a chance at getting past David.
This is getting exciting. Ryan Wilson is looking for any gap that might open up the position.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for Ryan to make up that gap, especially with Dave defending so well.
Ryan Wilson is looking for an opportunity to get around David Zahn.
He'll need to keep it on the road, or at the very least the rumble strips. The fastest way around is not usually in the grass. As the saying goes, too much grass will slow you down.
This is what racing is all about. Two fierce competitors pushing each other to the limit.
This is where the mental game comes into play. Dave and Stefano both need to stay cool under pressure.
Look at that. Ryan Wilson is hot on the tail of David Zahn.
It's a fine line between pushing the car to its limits and losing control. Ryan is really walking that fine line.
The action is non-stop as Stefano Amadei shadows David Zahn through every twist and turn, determined to claim third.
Can Stefano close up enough for a pass? I don't see it personally.
Ryan Wilson is giving it his all chasing down Stefano Amadei in P4.
Don't forget the role of aerodynamics. Wilson should use slipstreaming to his advantage and close the gap to Stefano.
It looks like we might get a battle between Ryan Wilson and Stefano Amadei.
This is what racing is all about. Hard-fought battles with as much determination as respect, between friends and enemies alike.
This is a thrilling battle as Stefano Amadei edges closer to David Zahn in their fight for P3. The pursuit is on. Ryan Wilson is closing the gap on Stefano Amadei, determined to claim P4.
Ryan is really pushing the limits. He's riding the curves and hustling the ASRL Legends car like a boss.
Stefano Amadei is placed fourth at the moment, and hoping to keep his distance ahead of Ryan Wilson, who is 0.3 seconds behind. Hold on to your hat. Braking development. Big gains for Ryan Wilson as they move up the field, leaving Stefano Amadei behind. The pursuit is on. Stefano Amadei is working on that gap to Ryan Wilson, determined to claim P4.
We'll have to wait to see if Stefano can get into drafting range.
The gap between Stefano Amadei and Ryan Wilson is widening. It's now up to 1.2 seconds. The drivers are showing their mettle today. It's a privilege to witness their skill on this challenging track.
The stakes have never been higher. This is a battle of skill and nerves.
That's right. These drivers are really pushing themselves to the limit, and it's incredible to see the level of focus and determination they're bringing to the track.
Absolutely. It takes a lot of courage to compete at this level, and these drivers have it in spades. Let's hope they can keep it up and give us a race to remember.
The gap between David Zahn and Ryan Wilson is pretty substantial right now. It's probably going to take a mistake from David to even allow Ryan to get a look in. It seems like Ryan Wilson is struggling. His last lap time was a bit off the pace of David Zahn.
Hopefully Wilson can find some of that missing time and get it back.
It's a classic case of chasing down the car ahead for Adam, who is currently in P2. Adam is pushing hard and has reduced the gap to Melero to 1.0 seconds. The gap is just over a second, and I'm sure Ryan Wilson is going to do everything possible to try and close the distance. He's not giving up without a fight.
Zahn is not going to give up his position easily.
It's not looking good for Ryan Wilson, who is still behind David Zahn, and the gap is increasing. Adam is trying his best to catch Melero. Adam is trying his best, but can't seem to find the pace to keep up with Melero at the moment. That's not a small gap, but Hugh Messenger has what it takes to challenge for the position.
It's going to be tough for Hugh Messenger, as Stefano seems to have found his rhythm.
It's certainly not going to plan for Hugh Messenger right now, who is struggling to keep up with Stefano Amadei.
This is a frustrating situation for Hugh Messenger, but he can't give up just yet. He'll need to keep pushing and hope for a mistake from Stefano.
Things are heating up as Adam tries to close the gap to Melero. It's game on now. Adam has closed the gap to Melero. It's now down to 0.3 seconds. Let's talk about tire degradation. Janet, how does it affect the car's handling, and what do drivers need to do to adapt to the changing conditions?
Tire degradation can significantly impact handling, Marco. As the tires wear, the grip reduces, and drivers need to adjust their braking points, cornering speeds, and throttle application to maintain control of the car.
The delta between Ryan Wilson in fourth and David Zahn remains over a second, but Ryan Wilson is not letting up. Adam is on a mission, chasing Melero, who's desperately trying to stay ahead. Adam is not able to keep his pace consistent, and is currently 0.33 seconds down. A brilliant maneuver from Adam, who has just moved up the field. Adam wants to find a way round Melero.
And if you're enjoying the racing, please remember to like and subscribe.
It's not going to plan for Adam, who is trailing behind Melero, and the gap is widening. He may not have an answer for this right now.
This is where the mental toughness of Adam comes into play. He'll need to stay focused and keep pushing, even when things aren't going his way.
The pressure is on as Ryan Wilson works on catching up to David Zahn.
I would not be surprised to see him challenge for the position.
The gap between Adam and Melero is razor thin as they vie for first in this nail-biting contest. Great weight. Disappointing for Adam, falling down the order to second. It seems like Adam has got the bid between his teeth, improving on Melero's lap time there.
As long as Adam can maintain that consistency and pace, it will be interesting to see.
The battle for P3 is heating up as Ryan Wilson tries to catch David Zahn in P3. Good news for Ryan Wilson. The gap to David Zahn has decreased. It's now down to 0.6 seconds. Melero is running second, and trying to keep up with Adam. The gap between Melero and Adam is growing. It's now up to 0.7 seconds. Ryan Wilson is running fourth, and trying to catch David Zahn.
This is where every inch counts. Ryan is pushing hard to close the gap on David. Absolutely, precision and control are key here. Knowing when to push and when to hold back can be the difference between winning and losing.
The gap between Ryan Wilson and David Zahn is getting smaller.
This is where the pressure really starts to build. A driver that stays calm and focused is more likely to come out on top.
Pushing too hard can lead to mistakes, and we're seeing that now. That car is really unsettled from being pushed for every last bit of speed. This is where the race gets really interesting. Ryan Wilson is closing in on David Zahn.
You can see that car bouncing around as it rides the curves. It's a risky move that could end in disaster.
It looks like we might get a battle between Ryan Wilson and David Zahn. This is a thrilling battle as Melero edges closer to Adam in their fight for P1. The gap between Melero and Adam is widening. It's now up to 0.9 seconds. Well, it doesn't look like Ryan Wilson is going to be much of a threat to anyone soon, let alone David Zahn.
It's not over until the checkered flag drops, and it's important to maintain concentration until you've made it to the finish line. It looks like Ryan Wilson is making a move. The gap to David Zahn is now down to 0.6 seconds. You know, Janet, during a long race like this, how easy is it for a driver to experience a lapse in concentration? It can be quite easy, Marco. With so many factors to consider and the intense focus required, even the most experienced drivers can have a momentary lapse. That's why mental training and staying in the zone are so important.
Melero has a mountain to climb at the moment to close that gap with Adam. I expect his only hope at this point is that Adam makes an error.
Melero certainly isn't going to be close enough to mount any kind of challenge soon unless it's down to a mistake from Adam.
Ryan Wilson is pushing really hard, but as we know, pushing too hard can lead to other mistakes, like locking up the brakes or missing a shift. It's not looking good for Ryan Wilson, who is still behind David Zahn, and the gap is increasing.
This is a tough situation for Wilson. He'll need to find a way to pick up some speed and close that gap. Hugh Messenger is on a mission.
chasing Stefano Amadei, who's currently got a comfortable lead.
Absolutely, precision and control are key here. Knowing when to push and when to hold back can be the difference between winning and losing.
Looks like Ryan Wilson is really hitting those curbs aggressively, which can unsettle the car and cause handling issues.
Indeed, taking too much curb can upset the car's balance, leading to oversteer or understeer. We'll have to wait to see if Wilson can use the draft to his advantage, or if the lack of downforce will hinder his progress.
Wow, Adam is really pushing hard in these final moments of the race.
It takes a special kind of driver to perform under pressure like this. Adam has certainly risen to the occasion.
And it's a checkered flag for Adam, who crosses the finish line with a commanding victory. What a phenomenal performance, absolutely dominant today.
What a result for Adam. He'll be absolutely thrilled with that performance, and rightly so. He really put in the work and it's paid off in spades.
A nail-biting finish, but Melero claims second place. Impressive drive from David Zahn to claim the final spot on the podium. In 4th, 5th, and 6th, it's Ryan Wilson, Stefano Amadei, and Hugh Messenger. Ryan Wilson is on his practice out lap. There are just over 95 minutes left in this practice session. Ryan Wilson is on his practice out lap. Stefano Amadei is on his practice out lap. Ryan Wilson is on his practice out lap. David Zahn is on his practice out lap. Ryan Wilson is on his practice out lap. There are just over 90 minutes left in this practice session. Ryan Wilson is on his practice out lap. Stefano Amadei is on his practice out lap. Ryan Wilson is on his practice out lap. Stefano Amadei is on his practice out lap.